People who like frags like Charm City does. Made this track so you really know what live was. Come together over fragrances. That's the why, cuz getting love and support from the vibers. Put your sense of the day in the chat, cuz no wrong sense where whatever and for just because. Positivity and love with a live hug. A life full of fragrances, what I love. Finding hidden gems from Dior to Rosia Dove. Negativity and fighting is what we're above. Try to diss, we throw up the hand with a big shrug. Like a card of positives, it's a plus love. If you wanna cause drama, we won't even think of us. The connoisseurs fly high like a dove. And I sniff it, yes you can. 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 Can I sniff it, yes you can. And 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 I sniff it, yes you can. Well, on. Can I sniff it? To all the people who like frags like Charm City does. Made this track so you really know what live was. Come together over fragrances. That's the why, cuz getting love and support from the vibers. Put your sense of the day in the chat, cuz no wrong sense where whatever and for just because. Positivity and love with a live hug. A life full of fragrances, what I love. Finding hidden gems from Dior to Rosia Dove. Negativity and fighting is what we're above. Try to diss, we throw up the hand with a big shrug. Like a card of positives, it's a plus love. If you wanna cause drama, we won't even think of us. The connoisseurs fly high like a dove. And I sniff it, yes you can. 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 And I sniff it, yes you can.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Look like we have Demand Cologne and Mr. Joel. Welcome, sir. We are getting started. Scent of the day is Royal Tobacco. Really nice, really nice. We have Miss Samira in the background, and we will be bringing her up shortly. So I wanted to just welcome everybody. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great show. Definitely excited to have the House of Iyrah and Samira coming on. So I will bring her up in a second, but I will go through that. We got Demand Cologne, we got Dan Not Demand, and the scent of the day is BDC Parfum. Okay. And then we got, well, that's who we got so far. I'm about to open it up onto Instagram. Hello, everyone. On the IG side, we are now live with both of them. So, for everybody, this is introducing Samira and the House of Iyrah. I met her at Scent Explore. She basically took over Scent Explore. So I'll just say she was very, very charismatic, very, very outgoing. And even though she was nestled in a corner of Scent Explore, everybody knew that she was there. So I really wanted to, at that time, I didn't buy a fragrance, unfortunately, because I had already met my limit. But I knew I was going to come back and buy a fragrance. I had taken her card and gotten her information. And when Black Owned Fragrance Week came out, I took advantage to get not only one, but I ended up getting two fragrances. Going to get the third one, Symphony, very, very shortly. But she is dynamic. She is a Black-owned female fragrance house. And we will welcome to the stage and present to everyone, introduce to some, Samira from the House of Iyrah. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi.
Hey, now I'm going to try to do something, and let's see if I can do this. For the Instagram side, I am going to make it, see if I can make it, no, I can't. All right. So, yeah. So I was gonna see if I change it for the Instagram side, but this is on the YouTube side.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I am doing great. So let's jump into what I will say. We've got some questions. We've got House of Darling. Ray, welcome, sir. And I'm going to ask some questions. I'm going to ask the audience if they have any questions to just go for it, and I'll bring those up on the stage, and we'll say hi. We got some people already excited. The man Cologne, he was actually with me when I was at Sin Explorer. So yeah, we've got Joel's Matrix Sensei. So just introducing you to everybody, he is the sensei of all of YouTube. Everybody knows him. Great guy. We got Dan, not the man. Welcome again, sir. And we have Ray from House of Darling. Welcome. He's also a YouTube, an IG reviewer. I think he's on YouTube as well. But yes, sir. I know I've seen him on IG several times. We've got my man Kix Griffey. Yes, sir. And we've got my son Nate the Great. I think he's on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Yep. But so first things first, tell us something about yourself. I know you are from Cameroon, so let's get right into it.
All right. First of all, I just want to apologize to everybody. I am suffering from a cold, so if I do sound like a dead rat, don't be mad. I'm congested right now. I think there's something flying around, and I caught it, unfortunately. So yes.
You sound fine. You sound
Okay. So something about me, I think you already mentioned it. I feel like me being in this space, one of the most unique thing about me is the fact that I'm from Central Africa, a country called Cameroon. I can hear myself in the background.
No, I can't. I don't hear echo. I hear you fine though. Or
Really?
you talk. Yeah, I hear you fine.
I can hear
Everybody, give a thumbs up if you hear Samira fine. We'll see. I know.
myself.
So on the IG side, when House of Iyrah, it may give an echo feedback if you got that sound on.
I don't have it on because I don't.
Okay.
I was trying to say. Yeah.
We got a thumbs up though on this side. They say they hear you fine.
Okay. So yes, but I'm from Central Africa, from Cameroon. I moved here like 15 years ago. Fragrance for me is not just I'm not just starting a business to make money. If anything, this is a passion. And for me, I'm trying to build a legacy. I'm trying to build a brand. I'm trying to build a community where people can feel safe, where people can feel like, you know what, if I was to take something from this brand and wear it, it's gonna make me feel my best self. I'm not gonna smell this in somebody else. We're just here to make people feel more confident and just feel good about themselves.
Got it. Joel said his last girlfriend was from Cameroon, from the capital.
What happened? Why did you guys break up? Okay. Girls, you're the best.
You are going to make this a whole different kind of live if we talk about breakups and stuff like that. Nice to know. But we'll see. I don't know. You know, it could be a whole host of reasons. But anyway,
Well, Joe, we need to talk, Joe, because you need to tell me what happened. Okay, we need to see if we can make this right. Because you need to be with a Cameroonian. Cameroonians, we're the best. Like you said, let's not make it about that type of life. So yeah.
So, what inspired you to start the House of Iyrah?
So it's funny because I was actually talking to my coworker today, and he was asking me almost similar questions. And I feel like this is the favorite thing for me to talk about my brand. And when you guys came to Stand Explore, it was just more like I just wanted to put my brand story out. So my inspiration comes from my mom. Unfortunately, unlike everybody else, my mom has not been able to smell a day in her life. She's an asthmatic. But to me, growing up, I never knew that anosmia was something that other people suffered from. In my opinion, I just thought that that was a mom thing. Like that was the only thing that my mom had. You know, it was strange for me. And even though she couldn't smell, she was very much interested in fragrances. She would always want to smell good. And I think my other went through it, but for me, she would always call me to smell a fragrance for her before she wore it. She trusted me. And you know one thing about kids, kids do not lie. A kid is going to tell you if it smells good or not. So that was how it started for me. And so from a kid, I understood that even though she cannot smell, she wants to smell good. It's very important. There were times in my life when I couldn't afford a meal, but I would always make sure that I have a bottle of cologne. Like even growing up in school, at a boarding school, one thing my classmates knew me for was how I smelled. Like if I was dressing up, they'll be like, "Oh yes, Samira is dressing up," because my fragrance will, like the sillage, the projection is gonna project. And back then it was white diamonds. I think J'adore. That was my mom's favorite fragrance. I loved that so much. And for me, I still have an attachment to that particular fragrance because it's like every time I smell the original J'adore, it just brings back a lot of childhood memories for me. So yeah, that was my inspiration. My
Yeah, I think I remember White Diamonds was Elizabeth Taylor, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
That hit this when that came out. I mean, they did a lot of advertising and everything with that. That was very popular.
yeah,
Everybody who
yeah.
was a woman had White Diamonds, and in Jador is still a classic now.
Yes, and back then too, there was the Avon products, the Timeless. I remember Timeless because that was like a favorite for me. Like I would wear Timeless all the time. There were other ones I can't even remember what they were, but Timeless, J'adore, because my mom had those fragrances. I would always just dip into her stash, and she wouldn't know. She just sees the way the juice in the bottle just keeps reducing. And she's like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? But yes, yeah.
Yeah, that could be a whole nother live as well. Going back in some of the fragrances, I remember my dad, and I say it a lot. He had Aramis, and he wore Aramis. He he bathed in Aramis, and in fact, I say he didn't have projection and sillage. My dad had announcement. Like Aramis would announce him before he even got to the room. It
Yeah.
would open up the door and say, hear ye. He's coming."
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I think from a young age, that was something that I didn't understand what it was, but that was something that I was very intrigued about. Nivea had some good body lotion. The blue one for masculine and the white one for feminine. I had both, and I wore them at different times when I wanted to smell different. I remember one time I was using the Nivea body spray, and I wore that, and I sprayed the white diamond, and it changed the scent. I was like, oh, that was layering right there. But I had no idea what that was. I was just like, oh, this smells. I mixed this together. It smells good. You know what? I'm gonna start mixing my fragrances. So pretty much that's just been it for me ever since then.
Nice. On the IG side, we've got Jarvis and we have Will. And Will said his dad also wore Aramis and Paco Rabanne. Hey,
Oh,
good
nice.
fragrances, good fragrances.
Yeah.
So you kind of talked about it of what do you want the fragrance community to think about or to know when they see your brand, when they see your bottles, and when they experience your fragrances.
So I was that with my brand. I want that when anybody sees House of Iyrah, the first thing you should think of is family. I was brought up on the morals that family is not who you're bound by blood, but people who are loyal to you. That is family. You have people who treat you, you don't know them, but the way they treat you, the way they receive you, that is family. When you see House of Iyrah, I want you to know that that is a space. You can find a family there. It doesn't even have to be only about fragrance. It's a community. It's a movement. When you see my bottles, I want you to look at that is the epitome of luxury. I put a lot into those bottles to making sure that I pick the best of the best. You know, like you own a bottle. Anybody who owns a bottle, if you hold the bottle just by the cap, it's not going to fall off.
Absolutely.
I made sure of that because I'm like, if you're going to spend money, you have to see your money. Like you're putting your money and you're seeing where your money is at, where it's like luxury. Even if your fragrance is done, that's a collector's item. You could just have that bottle sitting right there because it looks so good.
Nice. Well, one thing I will definitely, I can put in the house name so people can get to the website. I'll
Yes.
put that into the chat. And so, guys, you have it is houseofira.com.
Yeah.
So, and also what I want to, we got the Debonair Square. Welcome, sir. One thing I want to say is excellence. And these bottles are excellent. So sometimes people will talk about it's all about the juice. And of course it is. It's about the juice. But it's also about what sits on your dresser, what sits on your shelf, and bottle presentation. This is an excellent bottle presentation. Like she said, you can hold it by the cap, it won't slip off. The cap is metal, it's heavy, it's weighted. The bottle is exquisite. The bottle is immaculate. And not only the bottle, the whole presentation. So you have one opens one way and one opens the other way. But you have this and the front, you see how it goes, and then you have the cutout. It is a very nice presentation. Here, she has the rollerball with the oils. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the presentation here is immaculate. So if you think that sometimes when you get smaller houses or newer houses that they're working to get their presentation right, Samira, she worked on that in the beginning, and her presentation is incredible. That's one thing that I can definitely say. When she was at Scent Explore, she did not in any way lessen her brand compared to any other brand at Scent Explore. It was top notch, and she has a top notch presentation in bottles. So the Nocturne's the same way. It's they're definitely the same type of bottles. One that if you see any of my pictures, I line up the house the same way. So these will be lined up
Yeah.
as we increase my House of Iyrah collection.
Yes.
So, and I showed that, and that kind of brings into how you started. So when I read you started, I have a perfume rollerball, and I believe you started with oils. Is that correct?
Very correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Those who are the OG House of Iyrah, they know that we started with oils. When House of Iyrah started, it was not even called House of Iyrah at the time. It was called Iyrah Lux Oils. And that was because when we started, the whole inspiration as well, again, I used to get a lot of compliments like, oh, you smell so good. What are you wearing? And you know, as a fragrance connoisseur, somebody who likes to layer, it's like, where do I start? Because I have on body butter, I have on body oil, I have on perfume oil before my fragrance. It's
Oh,
like, how am I gonna start telling you that this is what I'm wearing? Because I feel like it's just right now, pr- after COVID, that a lot of people are getting into the whole layering of a fragrance. That okay, you can wear fragrance with it. A lot of people did not know about that, and that was something that I was really hip to a long time ago. And I was like, you know what? I'm trying to solve a problem here. The problem that people keep asking me is how do I make my fragrance last longer? So I'm like, I want to create a brand where it's a one-stop shop. You come in, you have oils, you have oils, fragrance, body butter, whatever it is that you need, beard oil, whatever. When I was thinking about it, that was just my thought process. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna start with oils, and that's where we started. We started with oils, and then when we first launched, it was amazing. People were buying. People were curious. They were buying because they wanted to support. But then the second year of business was a little bit super, super slow. A lot of people were not understanding what oils were, so the traction was like really low. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it's time for us to move on to phase two, which is our fragrances. And last year we launched our first fragrance, L'Artisan, and towards the end of the year we launched Nocturne Symphony. So yeah.
Nice, nice. And that was the first one I got is Lotte Sun. And that is an exceptional leather fragrance, leather forward fragrance. Is very nice, very nice.
It means so much to me that you think so highly of it, because if you somebody would ask me what is my favorite out of everything I've pushed out, Artisan has my heart. I feel like it will forever have my heart, just because there's a very beautiful story behind it. I will wait. I know you're gonna ask me questions about that. So, but I'm happy to share that story with everybody and those who want to hear
Okay.
it.
Well, hey, we can go in any direction you want to go to. So that kind of brings in. So I know your mom inspired you to start the fragrance house and also inspired you to always smell nice. So just like Lotterson, let's go through and say, well, what is the inspiration behind how you came up with the scent profile and DNA of Lotterson?
So, L'Artisan is inspired by my dad. My dad passed away when I was 4 years old, and
Oh, sorry to hear that.
yeah, my dad has always loved fragrances. He lived in the Middle East for quite a bit. And when you stay in the Middle East with the Arabs, smelling good is a normal, like it's a norm for them. And so my dad also loved fragrances. Now, when my dad passed away, his room to this day has never been touched. Like it just froze right there, like a memory in time. And as a kid, when I had those moments where I was missing my dad a lot, I would just go into his room. And there was this familiar smell that was always there lingering. It was heavy with leather, it was very woodsy, and there was amber in there. So that scent profile that you see of L'artisan, for me, that is a memory in a bottle. Because like even at this age, when I miss my dad a lot, I just have to wear it. I have to smell
Mhm.
it. And it's like a warm hug from my dad, if I may.
Wonderful.
So yes, that is the
And
inspiration behind L'artisan.
Latisan is a phenomenal fragrance. It's a nice, it's leather centric, but then it's like I said, when it says it has a note of animalic, to me that's kind of like animalic in like a tanned leather. It's
Mhm.
not animalic like people would think of. Like a lot of times when they say animalic, we don't get specific about it, but sometimes it means barnyard, sometimes it means fecal,
Yeah,
sometimes it means animalistic like civet, but it's not that kind. It's like a really rich, buttery, soft leather, and
yeah,
it's like you just envelop yourself in it. Like you said, a warm hug.
yes.
It's a really, really wonderful fragrance. I really like it. Really like it a lot.
In my opinion, L'artisan is like an acquired taste. Of course, it's not for everybody. When you first spray it, it comes up a little bit strong, like the leather and the woody notes hit you, but the
Mhm.
dry down is just so impeccable. Like the ambery notes, the spicy conifer in there, it just marries. And I don't know how to describe it. Like to me, describing it can even make me so emotional, because that's how I feel about a fragrance. When a fragrance hits you, it touches that inner core memory for you. That's how L'artisan, is like when you wear it as a man, it's like, okay, you're a classy gentleman. And then
Absolutely.
you're a boss lady. You know what you're doing. You have everything lined up. If you have to come to her, come correct. Okay, 100%. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we might as well get into. So you released Nocturne and Symphony. So
Mhm.
what's the inspiration behind those two as well?
So Nocturne, the inspiration behind Nocturne, I go to Dubai a lot. Okay, Dubai is like second home for me. If anything, I will move to Dubai in a heartbeat right now if I could. If I didn't have this business, I would probably be living in Dubai right now.
Wow.
So Nocturne to me is an ode to Dubai. Every time I go to Dubai, I have so much fun. It feels very safe being in Dubai. Now, I wanted like, because Dubai is very heavy on the oud. I definitely wanted an oud that is like very user friendly to anybody who's
Yeah.
new. And even if you're somebody who's a connoisseur, you got this with oud, it's still something that you can use. Like it's right there in the middle. So Nocturne just is inspired by my nights in Dubai. Because what happens in Dubai stays in Dubai. But
That's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
yes, because like you wake up the next morning and like, damn, last night was amazing. So pretty much
So we're starting. That could be a whole nother live. We talk about what
hey,
happens in Dubai stays
we
in Dubai.
already have how many lives right now? I'm down for any. Okay. But yes, Dubai Nocturne is just an ode to the city of Dubai just because I love that city so much. And then Symphony. Symphony to me is I went to St. Martin 2 years ago for the first time. And
Hmm.
I fell in love with the Caribbean, like the fuse of Caribbean culture and European culture in one. That's how I
Okay.
felt in St. Martin. And so Symphony, I wanted something that was not so tropical, but had a tiny bit of tropical right there with the peach notes, apple notes, the currant, but there's still sandalwood and saffron in there. So the saffron and sandalwood for me is the European aspect, the fruits that you get in there. I think of like the tropics, and so that's the inspiration behind Symphony. So Symphony to me is like it's a fruity gourmand, if you might say, with a
Hmm.
little bit of floral in there. It's not your typical gourmand or floral fragrance. It's a fuge of floral gourmand and that saffron and sandalwood.
Yeah, I have to. I haven't. I sprayed it at Sin Explorer, but I
Hmm.
haven't. I have to get that one again. But that one, like I said, that's on the list. Nocturne to me is a very nice, dark woody oud, and it's not as pungent as say like Cambodian oud or Indian oud. But it's kind of like what I always call like a blonde oud. And in the Divana, I believe the Divana has kind of a like a menthol medicinal type vibe.
Yeah.
But one thing I can definitely say about Nocturne is made to be experienced in the air.
Yeah.
Because what I found out is if I put my hand to it, and I actually wore it today, the woodiness and the Divana kind of show out. But when you have it in the air, you get whiffs of the bergamot, you get whiffs, and you get that ambery warmth that comes into it.
Mhm.
It's a really interesting fragrance as well. And this was the first time I wore it. I like to wear things like one or two times, usually more than two times before I make it my scent of the day. And you will be seeing Nocturne as a scent of the day coming up soon.
Hey.
So, and we're working on getting Symphony. I don't have that one yet, but
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
what I can say is turning to Scent Explore 2024 was the first time I experienced the event. And that was the first time I experienced meeting you in the House of Iyrah.
Yes.
I'd never been to Scent Explore before, and I was wondering, was that your first time at Scent Explore as well, or had you been there before?
So I did attend San Expo last year when they had in Tennessee. I went there as
Mhm.
a visitor, and I was like, you know what? I want to exhibit in this. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put in an application. If they say no, fine, at least I tried. Closed mouths don't get fed. So I went ahead and put in an application. And then on my birthday, I remember I went out with my friends. We had such a blast. And I'll be honest with you, last year was a little bit there were so many times last year where I wanted to give up because I knew for a fact that I have a great product. The only
Mhm.
thing I was lacking was visibility. And one question I kept racking my brain last year was how can I get my product in front of people? I just want to put the product in front of people and tell people my story. My people will find me. The people that resonate with it will find me. And that was a big problem that I was trying to solve for my brand last year. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times it was a little bit near depression. And I was like, so many times I'm like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Maybe I should just, maybe I should just quit and not do fragrances anymore. And when I woke up that day on my birthday, I just saw the email from Sen Explore, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we definitely love to have you, but we need to try your sample. We need to sample your stuff first." So
Nice.
I sent them samples, and Max was so much in love with my products, especially Latizan. That's his favorite, and he's like, "We want to have you on board. Come on board." And
Wonderful.
when I got to Sen Explore December, in the beginning, it could feel a little bit intimidating because I'm like, "Wow, this is my first time being here. I did not know what to expect." Um,
You did not look like you were intimidated.
That's the thing. I think I carry it well. I guess I can keep a poker face, but I promise you, the 3 days that I was there, I was holding back tears, tears of joy.
Wow.
Like
Wonderful.
so many times, I was trying so hard not to break down and cry because for me, when I'm excited, when I'm happy, the best way I express that is through tears. Obviously, everybody you cry for different reasons. You cry when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're upset. So for me, it was like I was holding it back, and I did not know what to expect. I was like, will people like me? Will they like my stuff? Because when you're a new brand owner, sometimes the you can have those questions going through your mind. And yeah, Send Explore really showed out for me, and I was so overwhelmed and just grateful. I was just so grateful. The amount of love that we got from Send Explore. People approaching me like, "Hey, can we take a picture?" I'm like, "You want a picture with me?" Sure. And one thing for me is I just wanted again telling people my story. The hope is I can inspire somebody out there who's thinking less of themselves or overthinking that maybe they're not the right people to do something like this. And again, building community and just trying to find my own people and letting people find that comfort in my brand. So yeah.
That is a wonderful story, and it's funny because when I think about it, I um I think about the picture of you at the selfie stand with the Sin Explorer, and you look like you own it, just sitting there, like you own the whole Sin Explorer.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, there's some well, definitely some insight in there, and I'm brought back to like Thomas Edison. He says, 10,000 times I failed to make a light bulb that works, but I
Mhm.
only found out 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb. But I
Yes.
was going to make a light bulb.
Yes.
And in general, everyone that you see, everyone that has succeeded had to overcome kind of that feeling, and it speaks to character to be able to overcome that
Yeah.
because it's so easy to quit, and a lot of times my saying that people had told me in a way, and I would always say somebody who gives up all the time say they got a lot of quit in them because they people will just give up.
Yeah.
But for you to overcome that and to do that, that speaks volumes. And I believe that all you got to do is just get out there and get in front of people, and the House of Iyrah will speak for itself. It
Oh, yeah.
definitely, the way you've put it together, the intent of quality that you put into every aspect of the brand, I really think will shine and show through. And even people that have watched it when I showed the presentation, they talked about how nice of a presentation. And that's not, you don't get that often. I'm not saying not to down anybody else, but a lot of times with a brand that's starting up or something like that, they skimp on the presentation part of it, and they don't realize it's the whole picture.
Yeah. Absolutely. One thing I definitely would say is what kept me going. Obviously, for me, the most important thing was God. Like I'm a strong believer in God, and I will not be here today without Him. And so
Absolutely.
for me, He's always at the forefront of everything that I do. Even the foundation of this business sits on top of Him, because He's a rock. I believe that when you put a foundation on a rock, it's never gonna go anywhere. No matter what storm, no matter what weather comes through, it's gonna make it through the storm. obviously having great family members, having certain friends that were there to constantly, like, I feel like God spoke to me through those people to constantly encourage me, like sometimes I'll see myself just crying like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like, should I be doing this? I'm in the wrong industry. Maybe I should do something else. Because I'll be honest with you, this industry is cutthroat, right? It can be intimidating, especially for a woman and a woman of color. That
Right.
it can be very intimidating. But one thing about me, I'm not a quitter. You know, I will always keep trying. I'll always keep pushing through till I get it. So yeah,
That's true. Having that background and having God in your life is definitely something that can motivate you, can help you through times of trouble. I think of so many different stories in the Bible of just people overcoming, and that is a wonderful, wonderful
yeah,
um, thing to know. And Noah, would he overcome for 100+ years that he is building an ark and everybody's talking about him saying it's not going to work, it's
yeah,
never going to flood. Those type of things are things that give me hope to know that even when people come at you and you're not in the majority, that you're always the majority when you have God on your side. His
absolutely.
his plus one is worth more than 8 billion others.
That's the only plus one that you need.
That's the
Period.
There you go. That's the only plus one that you need.
That's the only plus one that you need. That's the only validation that you need. Period. Everybody else will be fine. They'll fall in line. So
Nice. That's going to be a new saying. I have to say, God is the only plus one that you need.
he is the only plus one that you need. Period.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, so we kind of talked about it, but let's see the targets for your creations. Like, what type of people do you envision wearing the House of Iyrah?
So I have three categories of people that I envision wearing the House of Iyrah. First, people are the collectors, those who they're like a collector. If you are a collector and you want something different, something unique, I believe a lot in my fragrances and that they are unique. That's definitely for you. If you're somebody with an acquired taste and you like a good presentation, something that the juice in there represents what looks on the outside, it's for you. It's also for somebody who's starting out and you want to try like something indie and you're not scared to step out of the norm. That's definitely for you. And if you're just looking for a safe space to just explore, hey, we're here. I always tell everybody, as a business owner, yes, I don't know. But for me, I just believe a lot in morals. Please sample before you splurge. Sample before you splurge. Because I sample. I sample because I believe that we all have different body chemistries. Just because somebody says that it's good doesn't mean it's gonna be good on me. I could like it on you. I just cannot stand it on me, maybe. And so I always tell everybody, please make sure you sample, make sure it works for you, and then you go ahead and purchase.
So I guess then you have samples available.
Okay, I did, and
Some were sold out though.
they sold out, but they're coming back by the end of this month. I'm working hard with my team to bring those samples back. So fingers crossed, by the end of this month or early next month, we should have samples of Nocturne. We do have samples of Latizando, but Nocturne and Symphony are sold out right now.
Oh, sold out. Yeah. I'm the blind buy bandit. That's my nickname. I'm the blind buy bandit.
Yeah.
So I will blind buy. And
The thing is, you have smelt it at Scent Explorer.
yes, these I have. These I have. That
Yes,
is true.
yes. So
And
you
I did. But there's a question because what I saw is that Symphony and Nocturne are not supposed to be the only ones you're bringing out this year. So what's coming in the works?
well, I'll say this. I can't say too much because my team is going to kill me. And y'all know you all don't want me to die. So
No, we don't want you to die.
We can
But I got a audience that is willing, and they just want a little snippet. They don't have to have all the tea. Just tell them what flavor it might be.
Can you guys keep a secret? Can I trust you guys to? So here's what I would say. This month, set your calendars.
All right.
March 21st. Better still, follow us on social media and subscribe to our newsletters because we might be dropping some hints for those who are subscribed to our newsletters. So you get to know before everybody else. You guys might even have discount codes just for you guys only. I didn't
All
say
right.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I did not say anything.
Now the fragrance connoisseurs over here, we love discounts. And
Yes,
I have all kinds of sayings, but my other saying is friends don't let friends pay retail.
there
So
you
if
go.
you can get it at a discount, we're willing to get it. So everybody, I will put in the description, but you can also, it is on Instagram, it's House of Iyrah, just like you see it on her webpage, and you can sign up. You can also sign up, she's saying, for the newsletter on her website. So guys, if you want to see what's coming up, there's some new stuff coming up on March 21st. There you go.
We have a lot of fire. The heat is coming up, okay? Like we're bringing the heat. So sign up. Follow us on social media. I promise you will not be disappointed.
So just curious, how many new fragrances are you planning for this year?
Charm.
Just, I don't want to know what they are, just how many.
I already said way too much. Like I have they're like you cannot say another word.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I can't say it. Sign up.
All right, everybody sign up. So we got Mr. Essa. She said she signed up when she got on the live. We
Awesome.
have to sign up.
Yes. Yes.
So just thinking about that, and I know that you talked about how you get in front of audience, and one of your ways was to get on the Scent Explorer. What other ways do you connect with the fragrance community?
Well, obviously on live like this. I'll be honest with you, I started doing lives this year. I've always been camera shy. Nobody believes that, but yes.
No, I would never. I would never believe that.
I prefer to be behind the scenes making things work. Um, I will direct an entire movie behind the scenes, but if you put me in front of the camera, I literally will. I just freeze. But I'm starting to get more comfortable in being in the camera. So one of the easiest ways that I connect with people is obviously through live.
Okay.
And I like a lot of in-person events. So I do have an event coming up. So if there's anybody on this live who lives in Atlanta, Georgia, we have an event coming up on March 29th this month. If you're from out of state and you want to come, I'll be so honored to have you. I'm trying to figure out how can I send the link to you so you put in the chat because I'm not able to access the chat for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for those of you who are interested, I have a lot of people coming in from out of state, and that is one way that I get to connect with people. I try to do pop-ups every now and then to connect with people, like so I can talk to people. Obviously, Scent Explore and stuff like that. So that's kind of it for now. That's what I do to connect with the fragrance community.
Nice. All right, I'm putting the Instagram, and then I will put the.
I just sent it to you right now.
Yeah, it's coming through right now.
Yep. Okay, there you go. You got it.
Oh, let's see.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. So I won't. Let me see how I can.
Put it in there.
I will, guys. So it's an Eventbrite. So what I will do is I will put it on my channel on Instagram and YouTube, and we'll get it out to everybody
Yeah.
for the March 29th, because it came in as an Eventbrite, and it didn't give me the. Let me see if I can get the actual link. No, but I will get it out to everybody. I will get it out to everybody. Um, let's see what's in the chat. Just signed up for the new newsletter. We got Jim's. Come on, I know I didn't give all the questions. I know there's a question somebody has in the chat. There's
Somebody
something that
was
someone
asking
asked Samira.
if we ship to Canada. Yes, we do ship worldwide. In case,
Okay.
yes.
So, and we got one Gator. He's a friend of mine as well. He lives in Atlanta. He
Yeah.
said we will be in the building. Actually, I lived in Atlanta for 13 years.
Why did you leave?
Um,
I feel betrayed. Come back.
because of family. So I was born and raised in Baltimore,
Oh,
and my mother missed her son, so I came back because of that. And it really worked out. Just to say, because I came back in 2010,
mhm.
and she passed in 2016.
I am so
So yeah, it was really really rough. It was sudden, but there was a reason why I came back, and it got me the ability to spend a lot more time with my mother before she passed. And the wonderful thing is, I didn't know that it was going to happen, but it just naturally, because we were living close to each other again, that I was able to do that. So, but I did live in Atlanta, lived in the south of Atlanta, because north of Atlanta is the traffic. North of Atlanta is a hot mess. But south of Atlanta, the traffic is a hot mess now too.
yes.
But just all of Atlanta is gridlock.
Yeah. Um, I'm trying to do something right here. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Clark, welcome, sir. You were supposed to come back home and enjoy what time moms had left. Yep. I do believe that. I do believe that, Teresa. I do believe that.
You were definitely supposed to come and enjoy some time with your mom, and I'm so sad that that happened. I'm sorry. But I know that right now she's definitely watching over you, and she's super proud of you.
Yeah. So Chris in transit, I did try to get out of her on the IG side. There's a question of, can you get a little hint about the fragrance or fragrances you're working on? I've already tried, and she didn't spill the tea. She didn't give it up. So, but she did say, if you sign up for her newsletter on March the 21st, it will be announced. So you'll get all the information. Um,
Definitely
again,
coming up. It's gonna be so much fun starting next week. We're gonna be dropping a lot of hints next week till March the 21st. You don't want to miss all the action.
yeah, and then we're gonna have to, when you drop the new fragrance, we're gonna have to get you back on live and talk about the new
Yeah,
fragrances too.
I'll be happy to.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, are those the only three fragrances that you have
For now, yes.
for now? Okay.
Now.
So, just in general, then I will say, what do you want to leave with the fragrance community, and what do you want to tell them?
Today, tomorrow, just in general.
Just in general. Today, tomorrow.
Okay. One thing I would say is fragrance is an escape for a lot of people. Fragrance is therapy for a lot of people. Fragrance is a memory for a lot of people. Fragrance is everything for a lot of people. In this community, let's continue to uplift one another. It doesn't matter what way. It could be sharing somebody's post. It could be commenting on there. It could be referring people. You never know who's watching. You never know. To all of those out there who are aspiring to be brand owners, trust yourself. It's not easy, but trust yourself. You just have to take one step. Take that one step. As soon as you take that one step, you will see where to put the next foot, and the next foot, and the next foot, and before you know it, you're at the top of the mountain. You cannot climb the mountain from down like all the way. No, you have to start from somewhere and one step at a time. Um, for those of us who are already existing brands, one thing I would say is great job to everybody who's pushing stuff out there. And just in general, the sky is big for everybody to be in there. There's a lot
Definitely.
of space. Even if everybody in the world today decided to become a fragrance creator or influencer or just own a brand, it's not going to stop you from shining. You're still going to thrive. At the end of the day, we're one big family, and fragrance is that thing we share in common.
Why do you think, and that brought up another question, why do you think that there is so much competition and animosity in the fragrance community right now? Especially, I mean, it seems like it's on all sides. On the brand side, sometimes it's on the content creator side.
Honestly, I don't know because I don't involve myself in any mess. I don't even try to find out what's happening. As soon as I hear drama, I take myself out of it. Number one, as a person, I don't know how to thrive when where there's animosity. Number two, as a brand owner, that is not good for you. You don't want to be in any kind of mess. You don't want to be. Shut it down. People will come to you with it. Shut it down. So honestly, that question I can't even answer. For me, as a person, my brand is an extension of who I am, and I thrive based on the morals that my parents raised me with, and those are like the things that form the ethos of my brand.
On
So I will always support the next person, even if you're a brand owner. Shit, I will support you. It doesn't stop me because as a person, I own a lot of fragrances. So if I'm supporting you, how does that prevent somebody else from purchasing from me?
absolutely
If anything, we're supposed to learn from each other. So yeah, I'll just
wonderful answer.
stay away from the drama. Everybody, if you see that drama somewhere, stay away from it. Stay away from it.
Definitely, definitely. I try to stay drama free as much as possible,
Yeah.
and just even on the content creator side, I think to have a subscriber, you're not putting out content 24/7, so that's not your subscriber, that's not your follower.
Mm-mm.
It's do what you do, and there'll be room for you in the end. Stay
Yeah.
true to who you are and stay true to yourself.
That part, that last part, be yourself. Stay true to yourself. Your people will find you. Because the truth is, people can spot when you're not being yourself. I think me being myself is what helped me with Sun Explore. It's what's helped me to continue to grow. I'm gonna be myself always. If something's for me, it's not for me, it's not for me. If it's for me, I don't care if everybody's going left, I will go right. As long as that's for me. And yeah, so pretty much that's what it is for me.
Okay. San
Great.
Explore 2025. Are you going to be there?
Of course. Fingers crossed, God willing, we will be there. We will be
Absolutely. God willing, I will be there too, and I will run to House of Iyrah first this time.
Please, you guys come through, okay? This time around, we're gonna have drinks. I'm gonna make sure there's something there to keep everybody happy, lit. At least now I know what to expect. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing all of you guys. If you love fragrances and you're able to make it, come for Scent Explore, even if for one day, 2 days. It's important to meet the people that you talk with online in person. I promise you, it changes the entire dynamic. Seeing people that I follow online and people that I admire what they do, what they push out is inspiring in person. It was just, I was excited. Like, imagine me standing in the same room with Roja, with Amouage. I was like, oh
No,
my God. Yes. I definitely encourage everybody, come for Scent Explore. It's worth it, in my opinion. When you meet the brand owners, it makes a lot of sense. Like you understand why they do what they do. You don't feel like you're just a number. You feel like you're part of a community.
absolutely. I can say when I got there, so I've been going on 2 years of being a content creator or a reviewer, whatever you want to call it. Um, and I went there kind of intimidated because I didn't know a lot of people, but now I know there were so many people there that I saw, and I knew they were on IG because a lot of people, it was more IG people than YouTube people there. And I saw them and I said, well, I know that person. I follow that person, but I didn't go up and talk to too many people. But now that I have seen and been introduced and actually have interacted with more people on Instagram, because my Instagram was just kind of getting started when I think I started Instagram really seriously like in September. But now I'm going to be there to meet and to kind of network and to just kind of fellowship with people and see, because it was a great experience. I did get to see some of the people that I knew on YouTube. I did
Hmm.
get to see them and work, and we met in person when all that we would do would be talk online or we do a live together. It makes a difference. It makes a difference to
Because
see them.
here's one thing I'm going to tell you, and this is advice. This is me talking to myself because I didn't go for exams because I was like, I don't know a lot of people. I'm not. I should have been exhibiting for exams, but I got scared and did not submit my application. I actually started my application. They reached out multiple times, like, "Hey, submit your application." You know, the automated emails, but I just was
Yeah,
like, "It's out of the country. I don't know what to expect. I've never been to any of these things. I hadn't even been to San Explore yet." So I'm like, maybe another time. And I wish I did push through with that application. Now, I should have gone even as a visitor. I did not go because I was like, yeah, I don't know a lot of people. That's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward. So I'm going to give you the advice that I gave myself. When you see somebody, if you recognize them, it doesn't matter if you've been following them, you come across their page before, just walk up to them like, hey, how are you? Oh my gosh, I know you. I've seen you online. That helps. A conversation has to start somewhere. And it's
yeah,
okay. It's okay for you to start that conversation. Because for me, one thing about us doing Set Explore, I was not scared to say hi to anybody. As long if I made eye contact with you, oh yes, you're getting high. I'm going to say, hello, how are you? Come over, come and smell. That was it.
definitely,
And what I
definitely.
hear
Yeah.
from other people, they wanted brands to do that for them. Reach out, just say hi to people. Like I'm somebody who I'm like, I don't know, and I don't know people. I just want to be quiet. But I just learned like if you're a business owner, even as a person, you're trying to pass across a message, you have to be outgoing. You have to reach out to people. So if you go for Send Explore, it doesn't matter if you don't know anybody, but I'm pretty sure that you will see at least two people that you recognize because you've seen their pages online. Walk up to them and say, hello, I actually follow you, or I've come across your page. How are you? How are you enjoying this? What brands do you like? Show me what stall should I go to? I promise you that is the start of a very fruitful relationship.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The one surprising thing that I found out, there were people that knew me. All of a sudden, I'm walking, somebody says, Charm. I'm like,
Okay. Right? Yes, and that I feel like that's the beauty of it all. I think Max, and I don't want to speak for him, but just my experience going for Sun Explore and just seeing everything come together is like having people who share the same passion be in the same room. It doesn't matter what your skin color is, where you're from. One thing that brings us together, besides the fact that we all have blood, is fragrance. The love for fragrance in the
Definitely,
room.
definitely. So
Yeah.
everybody, there's a lot of people are saying they're going to go to Sun Explorer. I
I'm
didn't go to Exxons this year because they moved it up.
yeah.
And that was unfortunate because it's usually at the end of March and they moved it to February. But I heard next year it's going to be in June.
I
So,
cannot. And by
yeah,
God's grace, we would definitely be there. It's going to be amazing. I feel
yeah,
like it makes sense to have these events during the summertime because, especially where there's a long queue, like there's a long line, it's easy for people to wait outside where it's not too cold. You know what I'm saying? So it's good for them that they moved it up to June next year. So,
yeah, it should be nice. It should be nice.
hmm
Well, I am thoroughly excited. I can't wait. I'm going to get Symphony sometime soon.
did you check your DM?
Um, for the rebirth of spring.
No, no, no.
Oh no.
Did I sent it to you, right?
Oh yeah, now I got it, guys. Oh, this is a first for me. I have a discount code. So guys, if you want to get 5% off from House of Iyrah, put in Charm City. I'm honored. I'm honored.
Yeah.
So everyone, if you want a discount, Charm City, you get 5% off. I'm really honored. Like I said, this is my first discount code. I'm tearing up.
Please don't cry.
So
Don't be
now
like
it is the first.
I
House
cried.
of Iyrah gave me the discount code first.
Yeah.
So Miss Alicia on IG, I have a discount code, Miss Alicia. Charm City, House of Iyrah.
Hey, it's
5%
the
off.
first of many. It's the first of many. I feel like I have such great feelings about you. Like the vibe is really great. I enjoy it. I mean, this is obviously something I should be telling you in your DMs, but I want to say it so everybody who's watching should know. Like, ever since you reached out to me, the vibes has been very genuine, and I truly, truly appreciate you. I'm actually honored that you wanted to share my story with your followers. I'm super excited to talk to them. So yes, definitely the first of many, many good things to come. I'm very, very hopeful for that.
Definitely, definitely. We will definitely come back in April after the March and we
Mhm.
will talk about the new things that you have that we know nothing about right now. But I'm going to find out soon.
One thing I definitely will say, you guys stay tuned. This year it's going to be amazing. We're definitely cooking up a lot of things behind the scenes for House of Iyrah. By God's grace, everything is definitely going to come to fruition, and I cannot wait to share all of that with you guys. One thing I would say is if you ever purchase my fragrance and you don't like it or you feel a certain way, don't hesitate to reach out to me if there's anything. I do know for a fact that I talk to everybody that DMs us or sends us an email. Um, I do my best to, because every order that is shipped out by me. So I literally box your order with love, so much love. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out. If you are trying to start a brand and you need advice, feel free to DM us. Um,
Wonderful.
I'll be definitely happy to provide pointers. Obviously, I'm not going to give you the entire sauce, but I'll be happy to provide pointers like, hey, do this, be careful of this, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Everybody, I am happy to present now to everyone Samira and the House of Iyrah. And we're going to have more collaborations together, more lives together, and things like that as we get more into her fragrances in the house. So, hope everybody enjoyed the live. I will check with you right afterwards,
Yes.
and we'll start. Um, the song that kind of started my. That's not one.
Oh, it's such a good vibe. I love it.
So this is kind of like the theme song right here.
Oh, okay, nice.
And I sniff it, yes you can. 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 Well, go on. Can I sniff it? To all the people who like frags like Charm City does. Made this track so you really know what life was. Come together over fragrances. That's the why, cuz getting love and support from the vibers. Put your sense of the day in the chat, cuz no wrong sense where whatever and for just because. Positivity and love with a live hug. A life full of fragrance is what I love. Finding hidden gems from the order Rosia Dove. Negativity and fighting is what we're above. Try to diss, we throw up the hand with a big shrug. Like a card of positives, it's a plus love. If you wanna cause drama, we won't even think of as the connoisseurs fly high like a dove. And I sniff, yes you can. And I sniff,
And with that, we are out, guys. Thank you so much.
One more thing. If you are, quick question.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Are you living in Dallas?
Yeah, I'm in between Dallas and Maryland. Hold on, let me see if I can pause that. Yep, in between Dallas and Maryland.
Okay, so I think House of Iyrah will be in Dallas May 17th. Ketra, Ketra, she's gonna be hosting us like an event, like a small event. Yes. So again, obviously, once that is finalized and we put out the Eventbrite thingy, I'll share with you so you can share with your followers. And those who are in Dallas, I'll be happy to meet you guys. Come through, grab a cocktail, and have fun.
Definitely. We got a lot of people in Dallas. So Mr. Cologne's in Dallas. Hidden Gems is in Dallas. There's a lot of people in the Dallas area. So it should be a good time. It should be a good time.
A good time. Yes.
All right. We'll go one more time. I had to go with the song that we talked about before. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video, the live. Take care. God bless. I'll see you in the studio. 1 second.